Nintendo, just show off the damn console already. CES 2025 is currently live or may have just ended depending on when I uploaded this video and whenever you're watching this video. And a lot of things have been coming out as there are some third-party manufacturers that apparently have a 3D mock-up of how the Switch 2 is going to look. The reason why they have said mock-ups is because they're actually right now currently working on accessories for the system. Now, I myself have actually seen so many other YouTubers like Mark the Geek come to mind, who has actually done a video of a potential 3D mock-up of a Switch 2. We've even seen, and I've made a video about how there was a leak late last year from a Chinese factory showing the prototype slash potential design of the Switch 2, which I will say, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm not a fan of how the Switch 2 looks. I mean, honestly, what other design can Nintendo do to a tablet screen console? Like, the Switch itself design wise is basically perfect. I think with how some systems have been showcased in their next system, specifically this generation, has done something to me. Like, going from the Xbox One to the Series console user interface makes it all feel like the same console, and the same can somewhat be said with the PS4 going into the PS5, but the PS5 does at least have some changes comparing it to the PS4. I just want Nintendo to change the UI of the Switch 2 because the one we already have is pretty alright. Like, one thing I wish they would add for them is the ability to create folders. Currently, all we know about the system is that it should be shown off sometime from now to March, aka this fiscal year. And we also know that yes, it will be backwards compatible with the Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch online service will be there day one. Please, Nintendo, all I really ask for when it comes to the Switch 2, the number one big thing is just please give us the ability to change our goddamn themes into actual themes like the 3DS. As I was also in the middle of editing this, Nintendo has actually already come out and confirmed that the Nintendo Switch 2 mockups that we saw over at CES 2025, they seem to just not actually be true and not correct to what the actual final design of the system is going to be. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and add that little tidbit that Nintendo did actually come out and spoke about it. An insider actually over at Microsoft, or a potential insider there, has actually come out and debunked the Xbox Prime rumors that we're going to go ahead and discussing, but I still thought that it would be kind of cool to go ahead and go over and potentially talk about it if all of this stuff was actually even true. So but yeah, just wanted to add a little tidbit here as well in the beginning of this section here where yeah, apparently a insider came out and debunked it. So Xbox also recently had a leak about its potential next-gen system codenamed Xbox Prime and should be releasing as early as 2026. Many people find it surprising, as I know a lot of people were expecting potentially Xbox to be done releasing systems and focus primarily on Game Pass, also trying to focus more on streaming their games in that front and also releasing more of their games on PC. I'm glad Xbox hasn't given up on the hardware side of things, and I also like to bring up that some people have been talking about this being a bad idea for Xbox, aka releasing in 2026, aka a year or so earlier than the PlayStation 6. The reason why is because some people are seeing this as a way for PlayStation to upgrade their specs of their own machine to make it more powerful and of course competitive. But the one thing that I do want to remind people of is that, and it seems like again they're all just seeming to forget about this, the Xbox 360 released a year earlier than the PS3. Though the PS3 did have a rocky launch, it still outsold the 360 in the long run, but not by much. And even then, the 360 was able to capture the hearts of many gamers, some even declaring it to be the best system ever made in their own opinions. Releasing early or at the same time as the PlayStation 6, I don't think it would make much of a difference. I just hope this time around there is an actual reason to own their system, as if you are a PC owner, you technically already own an Xbox. Though I will give Xbox a bit of credit here, and that is that they sure are good at providing gamers access to their backlogs of classic games, and even recently boosting the performances for some of them, aka making them run at 60 frames per second. So owning an Xbox for backwards compatibility is actually a good reason to buy an Xbox, I'd say, in this day and age. Time will honestly tell how the system performs and what the future of Xbox will be, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much all that we know when it comes with this so-called Xbox Prime. Now, when it comes to PlayStation, some things I find interesting is the potential of it having a handheld variant. That's actually some of the leaks and rumors that people have been hearing about, that we will be getting two versions of the so-called PlayStation 6, it being of course a home console, and then it having its own kind of handheld variant to coexist with the home console version. I find that pretty cool and just very interesting, but I mean, again, for now, we just gotta wait and see how they do and if the leaks about this are even true. But same goes with it being backwards compatible with the PS4 and PS5. Yes, the PlayStation 6 apparently will be backwards compatible with both of those systems. Now, when it comes to the potential release, now that the Xbox leak has come out, and I feel like that might push Sony to instead release their system in 2026 or maybe early 2027. But again, like I mentioned, time will tell what they decide to do. But a lot of people are expecting a late 2027 release. And another thing as well is that Sony and AMD have apparently partnered for them to be using their GPUs or even a custom GPU. But again, these are all just leaks. Nothing is 100% real or confirmed. And that's why leaks are just leaks, just potential listenings from the media or people from the industry that just are stating things that may be real or may be faked. Hell, some may even be real in this current time, and once those leaks have come out, the said leak might change before the initial launch. The way how I read leaks, I basically just see them as a way to see the ideas or potential things that may come to said system. I just don't see these as a 100% real kind of thing that we should be taking to heart. Though when it comes with the Switch 2 leaks though, especially nowadays, at this point, especially if third parties are making their own mock-ups of how the system is going to look, I don't know. I'm not gonna go ahead and say that it is confirmed 100% that is how the system is going to look. But come on, Nintendo. Like, there have been so many reports and so many showcases of supposed accessories by name companies almost saying that this is how the system is going to look. But time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. I think at this point, Nintendo is kind of getting pushed into a corner where they have to release the Switch 2. At least showcase the system sometime this month is my guess. Who knows? Honestly, I guess we just have to wait and see.